have a chance to see last time's stream?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're caught up. That's good. I mean, not much happened. Just that they broke in and were looking around and trying to investigate.
Mm-hmm. And I was thinking that since Pharaoh's also streaming and he wishes to raid us, what if we make like a longer stream, like at least for half an hour, if not a total of 3 hours? A long stream tonight.
We'll see. We'll definitely see if I can. It depends on if I get interrupted, which I might. But you can definitely try. I did see that he started streaming earlier, and I was hoping to start after he finished, but I don't know what time he's finishing, so I was like, we gotta start at this time, so.
Yeah, depends on how long the last area of destroyed the humans too is.
Mm-hmm. That's alright. Okay, so why don't you take it away and read for the first hour, and then I'll take over.
Okay. Soon only the machine's constant thrum fills the air around us, while I keep myself busy cleaning up the mess we've made. The lack of talk is awkward, to put it mildly. Disturbing at worst. I've gotten so used to letting her just babble away whenever it's just the two of us. Okay, confirm the suspicions. Isabella helped Ashton break into the Briar Realty Corporation's Luxborn office that night. There, the files they found revealed that the real deal with the mansion sale that was unknown even to Isabella, and something possibly more terrible.
Ooh.
Oh my. And I full screened the game, so I cannot see the chat if someone would write in the chat.
Okay, that's fine. I can see it, and there's nobody here. So it's just you and me for now.
Okay. I could tell, however, she wants to do more. She wants to fix this mess herself, and that desire makes her antsy. But at the same time, she's learning how not to be impulsive or stubborn, exactly as I've told her yesterday before agreeing to any of this. Or maybe these so-called changes have always been with her. Their situations have always pushed people to change, after all. Although seeing this happen in front of me only makes it difficult to find the proper things to say. In an atmosphere this tense and charged, what is left to us to talk about? Certainly not the news. What's worse is when you only realize all of this in hindsight, right after you've already run your mouth off.
You know, for a house your company seems to be in a hurry to sell, they still made quite a fortune out of it. Look at this. 1, 2, 3... 6. Are you sure they're planning to give your entire share for this? This isn't a small amount, especially given the usual cut. And their accounting department isn't in the greatest shape either.
Even if they don't, it's not like someone still needs it.
Oof, because her dad is gone.
Yeah. And there's the reason why people don't let me talk.
Oh, Ash.
Oh, I want to hug him.
And Isabella.
And Isabella, yes. Oh. Silence once again descends throughout the room, denser compared to the ones we've shared tonight.
So I named this stream love and darkness because we're in a dark place, but you know the love between them is probably going to grow.
Yes. Behind me, I can still hear her movements, sharp and precise, while she feeds the originals to the machine. He acts like the machine is kind of a beast. It feeds the originals. Then with one last click, all of it stops. Her feet shuffle slightly against the floor when she moves away. Something creaks softly, probably the table, as she settles her weight against its side. By this time, an apologies are ready at the tip of my tongue, but
You know, I was just thinking, the security guard knows they're up there, so why didn't they just turn on the light? You know?
I don't know. Because it's a horror game and it needs to be dark.
Right? That's the only thing I could think of because logically, if he knows they're there, they don't need to be sneaking around with the lights off.
Yeah,
Belle, I'm.
Papa's gone, Ash.
within those scant few seconds, everything between us shifts as the gravity of her words sinks. Right then and there, something harsh and immovable rises between us. Death is something I'm familiar with. Almost 10 years in the police force, and it's impossible not to be acquainted with it. But this is different from those dead bodies we examined in forensics. A far cry from the victims we found on a bad investigation. Those I could easily distance myself from. No emotional attachments, no need for pretenses. Yet somehow I still find myself grasping for things to tell her. Any words of comfort that'll dull the pain. Because even without looking at her, her grief feels palpable enough, her pain an immutable weight hanging over us.
Oh.
For her. So gently I offer,
Oh, come on.
save.
Of course we're gonna say tell me about him.
Yeah,
When?
Of course she liked that.
yay.
Huh? When what?
Your dad. I mean, when did you find out?
She doesn't answer. Not immediately, anyway.
I'm just imagining, like, so for the other option where we just keep busy, so what? We just don't respond and we ignore her?
I'm not sure.
Because that would be
Probably.
horrible.
Yeah. For a long moment, the hush simply stretches out before us, spanning across the seconds we let pass while we both simply stand there, waiting. Eventually, she exhales, lightly muted enough that I've missed it had I not been paying attention to her every movement.
Yesterday? Around 3 in the afternoon there? Mama called. She told me he passed away in his sleep, and
Oh, at least I was in his sleep. Hopefully he didn't suffer.
I guess I can take comfort in that, huh? That Papa wasn't in any pain when...
She trails off, releases another ragged breath hidden underneath her chuckles. Each one's mirthless, heavy with nothing but sorrow. Then she falters into silence, for all my attempts at lightening her burden, suddenly at a loss. Reassurances could only do so much when her only reason for staying here has suddenly been taken from her. A hoe yanked from under her feet right after it was generously given. And without that, without the one person who pushes her to endure these, all of the crap we're going through, she's going through, is nothing but a struggle. What does one say to a person fraying at the edges, slowly wearing thin and breaking? Are words even enough? What right do I have anyway? I cannot give her anything apart from lies that change me as a person, an affection she may or may not even want for herself. Because no matter how easy she has wormed herself into our lives, how immutable her presence has become, her own heart will always yearn for something else. For home.
Tell me about him.
Huh? About what?
Your dad. Tell me about him. Anything. Just talk. Say anything you want. Doesn't matter what it is.
Aw,
I'll listen.
Cute.
I ship it.
Same. Silence again, as if she's testing the weight of my question. For what purpose it is, for a reason even I can see right now. After a while, though, she starts, reluctantly, her voice hitching, faltering and stumbling on each syllable as she chooses her words. A rough start, but soon it steadies. And along with it, to keep company the stories from childhood and memories she's fond of. Aww,
Aw,
are the tears.
that's a good achievement to get.
Oh, I didn't even notice the achievement. I was so
Yeah.
focused on Isabella crying.
Oh, it said a shoulder to cry on.
Aww. Despite this, in spite of grief choking her words off, the hurt closing her throat, and the sobs racking her life form, she continues, like the mere act of speaking is a relief in itself. A release. She tells me of her father, the very person who named her, how she looked up to him, how she was a bit of a tomboy growing up in her attempts to imitate him. And now I just remember Pharaoh and his situation,
Yeah.
and how the man encouraged her to pursue what she really wanted. If he wasn't a child, he would cry.
Yeah.
Perhaps even the only thing she ever did for herself, having grown up not wanting anything more than food to put on their tables.
He told me I don't have to listen to them. That I can do what I want. Every
Oh,
day,
that's
he'd wake
right.
up at 4, Ash. Because he'd earn more that way. And every time, every single time, he'd give them to me.
Aw.
Whatever extra he earned, he'd hand them all. So I'd have something to use for my paintings.
Oh, did they mention she does art?
I think they did.
Oh, I completely forgot.
And you know what?
I for
Back home, just a good tube of paint costs almost as much as what we spend for food the whole day. But he'd always set something aside. Told me he wanted to see my paintings in a museum one day.
Oh, then she should pursue that.
Mm-hmm.
Forget this dangerous line of work.
Yeah. She pours all of it out, Every little thing she loved and admired about him. Like this, it's easy to see why she has gone to such great lengths for him, why she abandoned her dreams, why she went against his wishes, just to grant him another chance at life.
Oof.
Others will say it's her warmth that draws people to her, or her cheer. Neither are wrong, but neither is the whole truth to her either. Because those who have never bothered to look beyond the surface will never see it, see her, see someone earnest, someone who has always meant well, despite her underlying stubbornness. This is how she loves. Warm, steadfast, unflinching. You never meet many people like her, not in my line of work, not with the kind of people I've had to deal with.
Oh my god, he's so in love with her. It's so cute.
He just words.
I know.
He should just marry her or something.
Right? It's clear how crazy about her he is.
Yeah,
And she probably likes him too, even though he teases her and gives her a hard time.
yeah, but he means well. Always with something to hide, always with something to lie about. Eventually, when you run across too many of them, you change. You become like them. In many ways. For a lot of reasons. She's the kind of person I want to be and be around with. Who made me feel I am still worth something.
Aww.
He didn't want me to leave. Said, begged that I should finish my studies first. In the end, I couldn't even grant him that one request. I'm a terrible daughter, aren't I?
No.
You're not.
Huh?
Oh,
Look at him blushing.
cute. Both of them are so cute.
Yes. I have to protect them. I can't let them die.
We should make the protection squad right now.
Yes.
Invite Coco while we're at it.
Yes, we shall protect them. Make sure the ghost lady leaves them alone.
Yes.
She can have Luke all to herself. I don't care.
Yes.
You're not. I can't speak for your dad. I haven't even met the man. But I know you're not.
I'm not entirely sure where I'm going with this. The remark just came out. Now I'm stringing all of these together as I go. But one thing is certain. None of what I'm about to say is a lie.
The Isabella I know is a total klutz, but I've never seen anyone work as hard as she does. She's the type who wears her heart on her sleeve. Though it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's always in the right place. She's intimidated by a lot of stuff, but she knows how to appreciate the smallest things in life. Frankly, you've caused us no small amount of trouble since you barged into our lives. But when I'm with you, all of my worries seem trivial.
It has already crept up my face when this whole thing is about to take registers.
Yeah, I'm so proud of myself that I I chose the right title for this stream.
Yeah.
All the love.
Yes. Maybe the other word with L?
Mm.
Don't mind me.
Hello, Twin. Welcome to the stream.
Hi, Twin.
You walked in the middle of the most romantic love story going on here.
Yes. Before I blur the rest of it out, declare feelings I'm not even ready to reveal to anyone, much less to her. My hand comes up to smother the rest of it. Though embarrassment quickly takes the reins before I can completely clam my mouth shut.
And I'm pretty sure Zach and Becca think the same way. You have a nasty way of growing on people like that, and you know what? We got everything we needed in here. I'll just wipe the security recordings and we're good to go.
Uh-huh. Smooth. Trying to change the subject.
While I'm at it, you better wipe the snot off your face. And you don't look very nice when you're balding like that.
Ash, no!
No, why?
He's ruining it now. Dang it.
Dang it, Ash. Why you had to say that? While gathering what they found, Ashton accidentally brought up Isabella's father, who had apparently passed away the day before. Suddenly, her reasons for trying to fix this mess became clear to him. In his attempt to comfort her, he ended up almost admitting something he's not yet ready to words.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if she's
Sure.
that dumb, if she read between the lines, I'm sure she's like, oh crap, he likes me.
Hastily, I gather everything. The personnel files, client documents, sales agreements, and contracts. Anything my hands could reach. And couldn't reach, probably. In record time, all of it has been stacked in a neat pile, ready to storage. I'm heading for the records room not a few seconds later. Wherever that is. It should be an easy find, unless this place is a maze of some sort, which I highly doubt. Still be staying here and seeing the look on her face.
Wait, are we separating? Uh-oh.
Oh no.
No,
I
I'm not
don't like-
ready.
Nope, I'm not either. Crap.
See? it's coming.
Yep, the ghost lady is coming. Really, her anger is still bearable. Oh, I'm sorry. I can take that, including the blower she sends my way.
So, yeah, I'll go get the security videos and put these back where you pulled them from. Man, these are heavy, you know?
He's so awkward.
Yep.
Gosh, it's just paper. You don't even know where I.
Oh, no, I can handle this. Easy as pie. And, yeah, security cams, tapes, videos, cams. Yeah, I'm off.
A rejection at this point? Maybe not yet. It's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
It's quiet and I don't like it.
Me neither.
Getting the files back to BRC's archive room is a cinch.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. With the documents back in the proper places, I locked the door behind me, tugging it twice just to make sure. Now on to the next order of business. Removing the evidence of our little excursion in here, or at the very least the parts showing what we've been doing during the past hour.
Twin says, that he came just in time for the jump scare.
Yes.
Oh, it's coming.
Prepare your behinds.
Yep.
Can't have our faces plastered on security footage showing us breaking the law, as it were. I'm gonna have to wipe the data for Isabella's access card entries too. Surprisingly, finding their security room proves a breeze. What will be tricky is getting inside. The fact that no one has walked out during the whole time we've been here means the room is either empty or their security is sound asleep. I'm banking more on the former. If they're cutting corners and firing agents, I have no doubt that they fired the guy stationed here, if they have anyone watching the monitors in the first place. It's a rather common thing for establishments. Just leave security recording indefinitely and only check the footage if something actually happens.
Yeah.
Just to check, I press my ears against the door, listening for a sign of anyone occupying the room.
Oh, that scared me.
After a long minute and nothing, I give the knob a few rattle.
Dang, jump scared by a doorknob.
Yeah, that was something.
Standard lock and key. Should be easy enough to pick.
We have lockpick sets, but those are only to be used if necessary, and with a search warrant. Even then, it's a skill set rarely needed. Maybe you didn't play enough Assassin's Creed. Not that, not that I had.
Oh, you haven't played it?
Nope.
I think I had one of those games and I just don't even remember if I still have it somewhere.
Ah, I see. Okay, now that I can see the chat, certainly isn't on a cop's priority if they have authority to search the premises. Bolt cutters and brute force are the favored methods. If those fail, we call a locksmith. Me, I prefer the good old hairpin trick when those options aren't available. Besides, they're easy to hide and sort for emergencies. See? Da, citesc. Înregistrăm aici. Running my hand through my hair, I pull a pair of bobby pins.
Always fun to hear you speaking Romanian.
Oh, glad you like it. So this, and I can just about open any standard lock. One makes a lever and the other makes a handle. I'm sorry if you can hear the TV right now.
Oh no, I don't hear it.
Oh, good. I won't call it a complex skill, but it certainly takes time and a lot of practice to successfully pick a lock.
I always wanted to learn how to do that.
Same. But not to steal anything. Just
Yeah, just in case you get locked out of somewhere or something.
in case you don't have a key with you. Good thing I've practiced with them for a bit in my college years. I learn more when they're accessible and standard issue for a law enforcement officer. A wiggle here, a click there, and I managed to seize all the pins in the locking mechanism soon enough. With a slight turn of a knob, the security room's ripe for the picking.
Oh
wow.
no!
Oh,
This looks creepy already.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna see it coming after Isabella or something?
I hope not.
Or is it gonna come out of the TV like in The Ring? Oh no.
And I didn't watch that movie either.
Don't ever watch. I hate it. I hate it.
Well, it's not that I was planning to anyway. The room saw door hits me first. A sharp nauseating stench, as if someone had accidentally spilled a gallon of bleach in the room. Oh, that's. Mm. When was the last time they opened this place?
Yeah, because it looks like most of the cameras aren't even working.
Time for round two, Isabella. Oh no.
Oh no.
Ugh, this place smells awful. Jesus, it's worse than the forensics lab on a bad day.
This is probably because of a badly botched effort to clean the place up. Even in the dark, I can spy dark stains on the walls.
Hey, what are those dark stains? I don't like that.
I really don't have the time to try and play. Is this ketchup or soda right now? But I have this strange gut feeling who the mess might belong to. As expected, no security personnel means the office CCTV controls and the standalone DVR setup is off for anyone. Ți-am spus să nu stai în sufragerie. Normally I'd have a heap of things to say about this sloppy security setup, but right now their negligence makes the whole task of erasing evidence easier.
Are your parents there listening to you speak English?
What?
Is one of your parents there listening to you speak English?
Yeah, my mom is listening right now. Da, vorbesc cu cineva. Dam căștile și de-aia nu auzi.
That's
I'm
funny.
sorry. She's asking if is anyone hearing me.
Yeah, you told her people are watching, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and Twin is also listening to Pharaoh's stream. Okay, no problem, Twin.
Mm-hmm.
No fuss, no muss.
The next one should be the access card data. Hopefully getting into their computer won't be too much of a hassle. Everything up to now has been smooth sailing. There have been hiccups, I'll give it that, though it does nothing to dampen the good mood I'm in. Once I shift my attention to the machine sitting next to the DVR setup, all of it swiftly evaporates. Te salută lumea! She says hi.
That's funny.
Once I shift my attention...
Oh, you
Oh.
read it already.
Oh. I'm no computer buff, but I can definitely recognize one more than a decade old. Simply looking at it makes me feel younger. With a heavy sigh, I pour it up and mentally prepare myself for a slow slug. Slow apparently remains an understatement here. Oh boy. I remember the slow computers.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a whole 3 minutes for the thing to start up. The OS hasn't even started loading. And in my boredom, I start inspecting the live feeds from the cams. I know how it's like sitting for the computer to load 5 minutes.
Yep, the old days.
Mm-hmm. This laptop, you push the button and it immediately It's ready. Only two works. One for the view outside, everything seems to be in order there, and the other for main workspace where it's a fleeting glimpse, a cursory glance, but the sight of it stops me.
Oh no.
Oh. The image is a bit. Oh. Oh no, I can see it.
Yep.
And I cannot hear the game music clearly because of the TV, but oh well.
It's creepy. That's all you need to know.
Mhm. The image is a bit blurry, but standing there right in the middle of the room by one of the cubicles, I can make out the form of a.
Run, Isabella, run!
What the hell is...
I don't get too far into that line of thought. No few seconds after my words have slipped out without any sort of warning, while I'm still trying to make sense of what it is. The figure moves.
No! No! Is she after Isabella or is she coming for us? Oh, she's coming for us! Oh my god!
Oh no.
No! This is like my worst fear! I can't!
Oh
Oh,
no.
this is like...
Well, my mom left.
Did she see it?
No, she just left,
Well,
but didn't come here.
okay.
And I have ice cream in my hands and I cannot eat it. Dang it.
I'm scared. I don't... This is like...
I'm scared too.
This
I'm
is
scared
terrible.
too because is her face a skull or is that the feed?
All we see of her face is her, like the light and the dark of it, so you just see the eyes and the mouth area.
Yeah, because it looks like a skull with hair.
Oh god, I hate this. I hate this.
So this is how the security guard feels when looking after the animatronics in Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yep.
The moment of paralysis hits me when she starts right in front of the camera, like a damn rookie goes still in the face of danger.
No, this is so bad.
Nope. I definitely haven't been trained to handle the supernatural, and this is one, isn't it? And
I mean, I'm glad she's not going after Isabella, but I don't want her coming at me either.
yeah. Oh, freak. Her eyes bore into me, the malice in them, piercing. Even beyond the screen, it's enough to make me go numb.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if she starts coming out of this TV screen, I will be in sheer panic because of how much it reminds me of The Ring. I don't know if I can handle any quick time events with this. I might have to skip it. I don't know. Oh, please no.
I thought it's already on a skipping time event. Is it?
No, I have to press tab if I want to skip it.
Oh, ok. Mamă, dar ce mi-a înghețat mâna. Oh, Doamne.
Oh god, okay.
Only the mug crashed into the floor when my hand accidentally takes a swipe at it. Snaps me out of the trance, reminding me that I'm not the only one here.
Yeah, if he has a gun, man, I want to shoot at her. Let me shoot at her, please. Although I don't know if it'll work.
Hurry up and use your piece. What piece?
His gun. When they say piece,
okay.
it refers to a gun. But we did hit her with a book, so I guess we could shoot her?
Maybe? I mean, that book fight was hilarious.
It was, even though that was terrifying too.
Yep. Isabella! Oh no! It seems she hasn't noticed anything. Am I not seeing this? In any case, whatever's happening, I have to get her out. Gathering my wits, I quickly reach for my phone. It takes but all 2 seconds before she answers, but there's no time for relief.
Ashton? Did you really have to call? We're practically on the same floor.
Get out of there.
Oh.
Oh my god, his face.
What? What are you...
Out. Get out. I'll meet you in the elevator. Just
You're creeping me out, Ash.
Isabella, just do it.
get yourself out of that place now.
Without second thought, I back away from the controls, from the room, ready to be done with this place. But before my foot even moves, she disappears.
Son of a.
Oh,
No, no!
she jumped out of the screen!
This is what I can't. No!
Nope.
I can't. Oh my god. I physically moved back in my chair and almost fell over. Oh my god.
Same. Though not as much, but oh my god.
Oh my god.
Instantly takes over. My hand quickly reaches for the gun at my side.
Shoot her! Shoot her!
Shoot her. Only to meet empty air.
What?
Oh, god.
Where's your freaking gun? No!
Seriously? You didn't bring your gun? A mistake that cost me a few precious seconds. While the paperwork I've brought with me threatens to scatter everywhere at the same time. Gathering everything and myself once more, with no weapon to protect myself, my sense of self-preservation kicks in next and I lunge towards the door. I sprint across the office without daring to look.
Run!
Get out of there! Isabella's already waiting in front of the elevators by the time I make it out of the office. Worry creases her brows upon glancing at me, but I don't have time to answer the question in her eyes.
Oh, my heart still hurts. I can't.
As soon as I reach her, I grab her arm, practically throw the two of us into the open elevator, and slam the button to the ground floor.
So does
Or
that
the
mean
ground.
we had to leave all the paper we found, right? Damn.
A sigh of relief escapes from me when the elevator starts its descent.
No, what if she gets in the elevator? Remember we were, well, last time I streamed I was like, I don't like being in this elevator.
Mm-hmm. Time to get trapped with the ghost.
No.
Oh, Speaking of which, hello, Miss Ring.
No.
The clicking noise fades off into the distance. Besides me, Isabella shifts, moving the stack of papers under her arm while she takes in my appearance.
Okay, good. So Isabella has some of the papers. That's fine then.
Mm-hmm. Concerns in her eyes, though all I offer her is a small gesture of my hand, while I attempt to compose myself. Breathe. In, out.
Why are we in such a hurry?
We need to get out of this place. Did you get everything?
Yeah, it's all here. But really, you don't look too good. What's wrong, Ash?
I'll be fine. I was in the security room. From the monitors, there was a fucking...
No!
Oh no.
No!
Oh no, not the freaking parking lot.
It's not over, is it?
Ah,
Is she?
Doamne
Ugh.
fere.
Oh God, I can't. She's gonna go after us.
Well, time to pray in our native language.
Mm.
The rest of what I'm about to say dies off my tongue when the elevator stops. The doors open to... Maybe it's the security guard.
Huh.
There's a moment's pause while we both take in our surroundings. Confusion's understandably there.
Oh yeah, clearly she forced them to stop before they planned to. Oh boy.
Oh, come on! They should just replace this whole thing.
No. No, I'm quite sure I pressed for the ground floor.
Oh, this sucks. It looks like we are on the 3rd level of the parking lot, so that's not good.
Mm-hmm. Right? Oh god, not even he is sure. But it's just as Isabella said, the elevator always did have problems when I visited in the past. Often she becomes so angry whenever we try to get to her floor, and she'll have to repeatedly smash the button for the elevator to even move. That was always good for a laugh. I wasn't too worried then. Now?
Now do I have to slam the buttons to get the door to close before she comes in here?
Mm-hmm.
No! No!
Nope. From the distance beyond the light's reach, the noise echoes in my ears along with the rapid pounding in my chest. Oh no, round two. Isabella stiffens and her eyes grow wide at the sound. Yep, she is hearing it too. Gingerly, she reaches up to grab the hem of my sleeve and grips it hard, tight enough for her fingernails to get through.
Oh great, my neighbor just decided to start frickin' mowing the lawn. Give me a heart attack.
Oh god,
Hopefully it's not too noisy for y'all.
I cannot hear it.
Okay, good.
Her eyes searches wildly for the source of the sound, while I stand protectively in front of her.
Oh yeah, twin, I hate this sound. I hate it so much.
Girl, moan can give people PTSD.
Ash, did you hear that?
Anyone there?
Ash, what? He just
You just-
experienced it in the security room, and he's like, "Oh, anyone there?" You idiot!
Oh my god,
I can't believe.
unbelievable.
I want to smack him upside the head right now. Like what? You expect the ghost to just be like, "Oh yeah, I'm here, totally fine."
I can hear you moving from here.
Ash, stop.
Show yourself.
You don't even...
No. No. You don't egg the ghost on, Ash.
No response. If he says one more stupid thing, I'll do a game move from the there is no game, the wrong dimension, and just leave. You know, in the what was that chapter called? You know, with the quote unquote epilogue with the UFO.
Mm-hmm.
When the UFO grabs the key and the game is like, F this.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what Twin is saying. Ash, what the hell, man? You don't even have your peace. Calm down, man. Bro, really being gutsy. Stop trying to impress your maybe girlfriend.
Right? I feel like he's acting real macho right now compared to earlier.
Yeah. Like, what the heck? No response, only.
Oh. Sorry.
No
Sorry.
response. It's okay. No response, only the soft sound of something scurrying around the floor and the walls in slow, deliberate movements. Pain, though still audible enough in this hush until it stops. Oh, thank God.
Oh, she is about to run. Oh, y'all. They should have been messing with the buttons already, saying close door, close door.
Mm-hmm. A moment.
No, a whole minute you're just standing there like idiots. Stop. I'm angry.
Oh boy, they're about to die.
If there's a quick time, I swear I'm gonna fail it because I'm so terrified. I can't.
We need to go,
I'm
Ash.
terrified.
We have to.
I'm terrified. I'm not even playing this dang game.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh boy. Boy.
Oh, no. Nope. This is definitely a quick time event. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay.
This time, then it isn't my imagination. Against my training, my whole body freezes. Like an idiot. And still mid-pressed on the button. Eyes growing wide while waiting for any sort of movement from further back. And near strain for the source of the sound. Oh god, my ice cream is really...
Okay, how about you take a second and eat your ice cream while I try to compose myself?
I won't be able to eat it fast enough, but oh well.
Yeah, just we'll pause for a second because I need a break.
Yeah, so 5 minutes break.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab some water and prepare myself mentally for this quick time.
Okay, break time, folks.
Break time. can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Alright, let me see. Coco, welcome, dear. We just took a little break so that Sign could eat her ice cream until I could get some water and compose myself mentally. Okay, Sign, no problem. I'm just chatting. I am terrified, Coco, but anyway, I hope you are doing well today. Hope you had a good stream with Kuru. I mean, it was bad enough seeing her coming out of the freaking TV screen, but now this, I'm just like, no. Oh yeah, having this music in my ears is just horrible. It just really makes you even more stressed and anxious. I'm actually gonna lower it a little bit so that I can focus during the QTE, because I'm scared. If I can't do it, I'll skip it, but I'll try. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I'm done eating.
All right, let's do this.
Oh. It was so stressful eating the ice cream while listening to this.
You felt like she's gonna attack you while you're eating your ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Just press the damn button, Ash. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Press it. Dang it.
Okay, you read this already.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't even offer Isabella any reassurances. Much as I hate to admit it, dread has seeped into every nerve in my body.
Oh no!
Oh god, even Coco hates this.
And she's better than me, so now I'm really scared.
Well, save the game. Good luck.
I think even if I fail, it brings me back to the same spot, but still.
And the blasted elevator still won't work.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, well then, shoot.
Well,
Rip.
Rip.
Oh, Ash, why did you leave your gun? Why?
This isn't in my fucking training manual.
You're acting like Germany right now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, him.
Ash, we need to leave. I know that sound. Ash, please, get the elevator.
He tried! I heard him pressing the button! Y'all. Like, I'm wondering where the stairs are. Because, like, normally, wouldn't it be right next to the elevator? Because then I would have just ran out of there and ran down the stairs.
Normally, but this is a horror game.
Yeah.
Time to raise them hands, Ash. Another series of shuffling against the ground, a laughter, and all of a sudden, he's just there. Oh no. Like a twisted spider. Ugh. Oh no, I don't like spiders.
Oh, and
She
he...
stares
Oh.
at us. A look of hunger in her eyes and venom in the twisted manner she smiles.
Well, that explains also why Coco hates this, because she hates spiders.
I mean, isn't Coco a butterfly or a moth or something like?
Coco's
Something
interesting
like that.
because she doesn't like bugs, especially spiders, and yet she also likes like games with bugs, like her favorite game.
Like Hollow Knight?
Yes. Coco, you are a conundrum, my dear.
Yeah. An enigma.
Yes.
I really don't know how it happened. Ugly, she has well learned. When we're done, flies that have dropped right on the spider's web. I blame Hollow Knight where most of the bugs don't look like bugs. Yeah,
Yeah.
those bugs are kind of cute, honestly.
Ashton!
Damn it! Damn it!
Without warning, she moves, mocking me with each unhurried crawl she takes, knowing I'm at her mercy. I'm the opposite. Left those bugs in Dishonored.
Fucking hell!
Ashton, the door! The door!
Our lives are in the hands of a crummy elevator, literally hanging between life and death. We're not going to die here. Not in a damn elevator.
Oh.
Oh no. 6. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no!
So I am mad because I didn't know you couldn't use the number pad, and that's what I was trying to do. Oh, that's bull crap. They just throw you right into it, and they don't even tell you, by the way, you can't use the number pad. That sucks. Okay.
Can use numpad, unfortunately.
Yeah. Dagnabbit.
Oh,
Here I was pressing the numbers, I was like, why isn't this working? And then I was like, ah, shoot. No wonder you hate this QTE. I'll try it one more time. I was not looking at her at all, because otherwise I was not going to be able to do it.
and there were so many dang numbers. You did really good though. Way better than me when I fumbled through it. Yep.
Oh, it's horrible. I'm just gonna try to focus on staring. Okay. It's so awkward, you know, the way that numbers are on a keyboard. It's like, I wish we didn't have these numbers at the top. We only had the number pad. You know what I mean? I think it's stupid, but whatever.
Mhm.
5, 1,
And I
6,
almost shorted the
4,
numbers
9,
in Romanian. Like,
6, 5, 3, 8, 2, 9, 3, 2, 1, 8. Oh, come on. 6, 8, 4, 3, 9. No, come on.
oh no.
That's
And
bullshit.
she speeds out when she's really close.
I felt like I had that. Oh my god. Okay, fuck it. I'm just pressing tab. We're not wasting time. I tried, y'all.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, she speeds out when she's really close.
Yeah, and that's what's. It's not fair. I felt like there was one that I pressed and it didn't register for some reason. I don't know. Screw it.
Yep. As if a divine power has heard me swearing up a storm in my head. The doors close just as that thing looms near. Thank God it ended.
Like, if they had at least, instead of, how many numbers was that? 6?
5?
I think if they had done maybe 3 or 4 only each time, that would have been better.
I think you hit one number wrong. It adds like a time penalty too. Not sure, but it feels like it.
I don't know. I really thought I hit them all fine. Whatever. I'm salty.
Same.
I'm not even scared anymore. Now I'm just angry.
So on the elevator, The blasted thing is headed up. Isabella's knees buckle in relief. In two ticks, she's hugging herself without any care for the mess of papers and folders she has dropped on the floor in her panic.
Right? Right? Coco, I feel like I want to fight her right now. I'm kind of mad that here Ash is a cop. It's bad enough he doesn't have his gun. But, like, he didn't even try to fight back? Come on, bro.
With what? Fight her with what, though?
With his fist, with his foot? I don't know. If Rebecca could hit her with a book, he could have done something. Freaking...
Yeah, I'm just salty. Whatever. I read the. She draws in one ragged breath after another, each one brimming with nothing but relief.
Yeah, Rebecca's the only one who was actually able to attack her, so she's the MVP. She's a pain in the ass, but I'll trust my back to her. Yes.
And this is the most I've been tired my whole damn life. Not during training work. When my superior first asked me to drop 100. Not after a stakeout. But after smashing a effing elevator button repeatedly. I slumped to the ground beside her, worn out, but I don't let myself feel relief again. Not until we're out of here. Isabella seems to be on the same mind as she looks so to me. Still, I find myself sharing a shaky laugh with her.
We're okay. We're fine. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Alive. Fuck, we should have taken the goddamn stairs.
Right? That's what I said!
Mamba, curses in Romanian, mamba.
I am salt.
Twice I've seen it. Thrice if I included the party. Unless I'm tripping balls without realizing it. There's no doubt in my mind that this is actually happening. And you didn't even bring a damn gun. Erai, n-ai să fii de pistol. I don't want to believe it. I'm gonna mumble in Romanian and no one can stop me because I'm salty. He didn't bring a gun.
Yep.
But with the truth staring at me in the face, it'd be stupid. What the?
Yeah,
It'd
that's
be
a weird...
stupidity to deny the reality of the matter. There.
It's so weird. He shouldn't have said it like that. They shouldn't have... Like, it would be stupid to deny the reality. Oh, I'm glad that's over. Whew.
Yeah. Naiba să ia de pistol. Nici l-am uitat, nu știu. Anyway, enough of me rambling in Romanian because I'm still salty. As soon as I leave... Oh, whoops.
Sorry. Let's see what they did here. About us going through that scare in the elevator.
Nu-mi vine să cred că și-a uitat pistolul. Nu-mi vine să cred că și-a uitat pistolul. Ashen and Isabella beat a quick exit after getting what they needed, making sure not to leave evidence of their break-in. On their way out, however, the elevator malfunctioned and trapped them in a building's basement parking instead, where a familiar face welcomed. Yeah, sure, welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Naiba să fie de lift. As soon as the lift hits the ground floor, We hightailed out of the building. Safe sound asleep when we passed by his station.
No,
See,
Coco.
no, Coco. However, in the face of what we've seen, everything I face tonight, we really can't care less who will still see us on our way out. That sentence came out weird. The sooner we get away from this place of order, the better. I'm just not sure if that also means being safe. She almost got us, damn it. The effing thing almost had us. Because why the F not? Naiba soya de fantoma.
Salty
Crap!
sign.
What?
I'm less laughing at salty sign.
Yeah, I'm salty. You should name the. No, you should put in the description sign is a salty Romanian speaking or something like that. Crap, it was only by luck that we managed to get the effing elevator unstuck. Had plasticity not work in the last second. I need some air. Fresh, breathable air that doesn't stink like death and gore all at once. And bleach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm panicking. Christ, losing focus with another person here. I can afford that right now. Isabella hasn't said anything, but I know she's more shaken than I am. I can't lose it when another person is dependent on me. And yet
Remember your
you
training,
lost.
Frey.
Yeah, like you were saying, he really screwed up because he didn't have his gun and I don't know, he was stupid egging the ghost on. Show yourself. So
My
dumb.
boss, yeah. Was another deep breath. Soon I'm starting the engines and driving us off. After all, little incident, somewhere open would be good. I'm sorry for the rambling in and ranting in Romanian, but I can't, I just can't with him. Someplace I won't get trapped.
Okay, so we are actually at an hour and almost an hour and a half. So I think I'll take over the reading, and if we continue on to do 3 hours or so, then why did I say Coco? Then Sign will probably take up the last bit.
Mm-hmm. Luxbourne Park brings a welcome relief, though only by some. Why are we laughing, Coco? Because I was rambling in Romanian or...
Or because I called you Coco on accident.
Maybe.
All right, so I'll take over from here, Sign.
Okay.
The chill that has seeped in my bones is still there, unfurling and unfurling underneath my skin. If I don't move, if I don't busy myself with anything, soon my brain will go haywire. It's the last thing I want to happen when there are plenty of things to do. But this already answers all of it, doesn't it? Those deaths? Just how many copies of the letter are out there? Isabella can't have the only one if other people are also getting cursed. Could it be that the one she has shown us is just one of 5, maybe even more? That whole pass this to 5 people business is ridiculous, but at this point, is it still? I agree, Coco. I think when Science speaks Romanian, it is a very beautiful language.
Oh, thanks.
Just speaking the truth.
Now
Oh.
I'm blushing.
All in all, we found 21 people who might have read the letter. 7 of them deceased. 8 if we count Cooper. And that's only what we can find right now. We have no idea how the contractors and specialists hired from outside the company are doing, if we are in any way affected. How many more people are suffering? How many are missing? How many are dead? I'm just happy he finally believes.
Mm-hmm.
Can I still even blame the Wrights for this? If anything, they might be in danger as well. I don't think I can wish a curse upon anyone, no matter how big of a douchebag Luke Wright is.
Eh, eh.
I think all of us can agree we have no problem wishing a curse upon Luke.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
There's also that woman. How do we get out of this mess? How do we get away from her? Shit, still so many things we need to look into. Yet all my body wants to do is pace, burn out whatever excess energy there is in me.
Ashton, I'm getting dizzy. Will you sit down?
It's the first time Isabella has said anything. She's been sitting quietly since we dropped here. Yeah, douchebag is a nice term compared to
Mm-hmm.
the other words we could use for him. Better and less distracting than watching her nervous habits, I suppose. She certainly seems calm now.
I have a few choice words, but all of them are in Romanian.
Yeah, you should teach us Romanian curse words.
Oh God! And I don't usually curse.
I'm kidding. It's fine. For now.
Oh boy.
My corruption of my Kohai will continue.
Oh no! Not the tentacles! I'm kidding. Bring out the tentacles.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I didn't bring up tentacles. Sign brought up tentacles, okay? Just to show you guys that the corruption has already taken place. And I just gotta keep pulling her further and further into the darkness.
I didn't even know why I brought up tentacles. That's the first thing that came out, that pop out when you said corruption.
As it should.
Well, and that dang thing still needs to be written. Oh boy.
I have faith you will do it someday.
Yeah. Also, I shared the demo with Coco, and she still didn't uh, say what her thoughts are.
Oh, you shared the fic with her?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm sure Coco just hasn't had time to read it yet.
Yeah. I'm patient. Ah, yes, must do that. Yep. Take your time because the fic isn't going anywhere.
It's a work in progress.
Yep. With many routes to be written. Even though those routes are short, there are many.
Although now I'm trying to remember, Coco, have you seen Hetalia? I can't remember if you said you have.
I still need to watch the English dub because I heard the English dub is amazing. I
Oh.
read the manga centuries ago. And RP Seychelles. Ooh, nice.
Oh. I didn't know you liked Seychelles. Okay. Too calm, in fact, for someone who has just seen something terrible. But it's been more than a week for her already. People do get desensitized to things at some point. Even someone like Isabella. Who knows what's going on inside her head, though? Inside mine, there are too many, and none of them would sit still.
I'm not going crazy, am I? I saw that. I'm pretty sure I saw that. I didn't inhale anything weird. Just shit. Shit.
Now you see what everybody else has been going through, Ash.
Yes. Also, we should have another binge watch. You, me, and Coco.
Of what? Of Hetalia?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when we binge watch, we could always just have her join us. If she's
Yep.
able.
Isabella, please tell me that wasn't...
What I'm not expecting when I turn to her is mirth. One that she could barely contain.
Side forgot that I'm reading.
Why does Ash sound like he's trying to fix uh, his next fix? Also, oops.
It's okay, fine. I know you're used to it because we, that was a whole hour and a half of that.
Yep.
You're laughing. You're laughing. Why are you laughing?
I'm not quite sure what she sees in my face, but in the next second, a laugh suddenly burst out from her.
I'm so sorry. It's just that you should have seen the look on your face back there.
I mean, Isabella, your face didn't look too good either.
Right?
Not that I can blame either of you, because come on.
Yeah.
Yes, right. Sure. I'm not the one who's panicked. You almost ripped my arm off.
Yeah, but...
Isabella, this isn't funny. We could have ended up dead.
Oh, it cut off him saying that woman almost got us.
Yep.
I know, I'm really sorry. But this is just too precious to miss. You really lost your shit for a moment there.
You're trying to get back at me, aren't you?
Yeah, because you didn't believe her.
Yep.
Well, I'm not the one who kept calling someone scaredy cat for years. How does it feel?
I'm not scared.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
Because it doesn't seem that way to me. At all.
I'm not, alright? I'm just... I just don't know what to do right now.
Immediately after, the moment passes, replaced by another tense silence. Laughter dies in her lips as everything sinks in. We're in deep shit, and it has finally caught up and hit us like a ton of bricks. Hit me more than anyone. Because she has been warning us of this since day one, and I'm the first person who brushed it off. Despite that, she still reaches out to me, tugging at my sleeve, almost desperately. Her hands are trembling, and there's a tremor in her voice when she speaks. Without the cheer, only fear remains. One that she has been burdened with from the beginning.
We're still going to do something about it, right? Not just stand around and let that thing get us.
Unexpectedly, she leans her forehead against my arm, and her grip on my sleeve tightens. There's desperation in there, a quiet plea.
Don't want to lose anyone anymore, Ash.
I wish I could give her that promise, but with so many unknowns, so many things I don't understand about this, how could I? Why she still trusts that I can do something about this baffles me. It all feels wholly undeserved, considering the way I've treated her. Yet, despite my reluctance, I find myself returning her hold in kind. A grasp, warm and light enough for comfort. Not a promise, but the closest thing to it. Oof, alright. Darkness blurs the edges of my vision. Black tendrils twist and coil around my limbs. Wait. Are you talking about tentacles, sir?
Oh my.
Sign, look what you've done.
Oh no, I cursed this game with tentacles.
You summoned the tentacles. It's hentai time.
Oh no. Wait, what if they are the Italian tentacles? Oh no. Wink wink.
Those are the only tentacles you'll accept.
Yep.
Like the tentacles
Ayo,
must
Rina
love
hentai?
pasta.
What?
The tentacles must love pasta.
Yes.
They must say, "It's a me," and they must be like, "Pasta."
I mean, if you look at them, the pasta does look like tentacles.
Right? You are so right.
And that's why I made a species of tentacles only Italian.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Soft footfalls echo from the far distance, scurrying, scampering, moving in an odd rhythm with the sharp, piercing notes of her laughter. A scream threatens to burst, but my throat closes off. Ever so slowly, a chill seeps into every nerve in my body, washing away every sensation in me apart from one. There is only fear. No, I don't want to hear her right now.
Oh god.
Once again, her laughter echoes, a sound both bitter and unforgiving. It is the last thing I hear before she reaches for me. The ground trembles. The world slows to a stop. Oh my, he was sleeping at her place. Ooh.
Oh my.
Morning breaks in a blurry mess of vivid shapes and colors. They still have that TV on. Her poor electricity bill is gonna be so high.
I feel like the TV was on since the beginning of the game.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Like three years ago.
Yes, we started this game so long ago.
Yeah.
Oddly, there's no feeling of terror or confusion gripping me, despite the vague images that has driven me from sleep. Awareness kicks in shortly, though slow and sluggish, as I blink away the last remnants of unconsciousness from my eyes. The early morning light already streams from the open windows when the memory sets in and the room finally comes into focus. Isabella's messy apartment.
My girl needs a broom and mop and get to cleaning.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Pushing myself upright, my eyes wander idly towards her prone form. She's hunched over the coffee table, both her arms under her head while she continues to rest. Wait, you are in the bed and she's at the table? No! Why? Then to the chaos of papers and folders we've left scattered over it, before sleep has claimed both of us. We bunkered down here last night after both our nerves had calmed down. Mine, for the most part. Staying together was an unspoken invitation. Oh, Rebecca's gonna be jealous. Oh no.
Let her be jealous.
Right, she needs to get over this. It's been how many? They said 13 years she liked him or something?
7?
Might be 17. I don't know. Long time.
Yeah.
70. That's sad. That's so sad. Rebecca, please.
Yeah.
And anyway, I'm pretty sure neither of us wants to remain alone when there's that woman. Is she still one in the first place? One that we normally call a human? Nah, I don't think so, bro.
Mm-mm.
Can it still feel guilt? Does it understand pain? It's like an evil ghost thing, so I don't think it has emotions other than wanting to kill us.
Fuck. I'd rather get charged for breaking and entering than mess with whatever that thing was any day.
Not that thinking about this still matters when all our lives are in her hands. She's dangerous. If we don't do anything about her, and this curse, we'll definitely be pushing daisies soon. I can't let that happen. Oh yeah, wanting to kill us, being filled with nothing but looks like malice and hatred. That's definitely some emotion there, but I don't think she's anything resembling human anymore. I've dallied on this long enough, left all my friends in harm's way after the warnings they've all given me. Besides, beneath the terror and the adrenaline that keeps me running, knowing what lies ahead for Isabella makes it hard not to take action. The paper sitting on the edge of the table calls my attention at this, light against my hand when I reach for it. It has caught my eye the night before, but with the lot we still need to go through, I've simply ignored it. The logo emblazoned at the top of the page, however, provides this paper a whole new meaning. Not for me, but definitely for her.
A scholarship grant, huh?
Oh.
Mm.
So she could finally pursue what she wants to pursue then.
Yep.
Which should be art. Oh, I hope she survives and gets to do that.
Same.
I've only ever heard her talk about this once or twice, completing her degree, that is. She rarely goes about it in great detail, preferring to keep it to herself. Perhaps it's the fact that she thinks she's already too old to be chasing after it. Aw, she's not old.
Tipa.
Isn't she still in her 20s? 26. Yeah, she still has time. I feel too old. It has been 5 years after all, but I've caught enough snippets of conversation between her and Zack to know she has never given up on it. Despite how things have panned out with her father, she's one step closer to this part of her life. As silly as this may sound, coming from a friend in italics, I'd like to give her the chance to have this. That's really sweet. Oh.
Oh.
Whether this means stepping out of my comfort zone and figuring what the deal with this curse is, I'll do so. If only to see that same smile on her from that time again. These days, the only moments she seems to show it is when she's asleep. Like right now, no matter how uncomfortable she appears. A smile of my own forms, despite this, when I glance at her sleeping form again.
Ash is finally being a homie. Yep.
Yeah. She hasn't moved since, her shoulders rising and falling in a slow, even rhythm with her breathing. You won't think she has problems this way.
If only that were true.
Sighing, I place the paper back where I've gotten it, carefully so I won't accidentally wrinkle or damage it in some way, and finally push myself off my makeshift bed. Isabella shifts when I carry her off from the floor and over to her bed, but doesn't wake. Simply tucks herself comfortably under the covers I pull over her. Aww.
Cute.
Briefly, though, she mumbles something to herself and draws in another deep breath.
Becca, Ashton's being dumb again.
She drifts back to a deeper state of sleep after, like it hasn't been interrupted by the slightest movement earlier, but the small smile on her lips remain. One I find myself returning in kind.
Who sleeps like a rock now?
It's better this way. Better to leave her to her dreams for the moment, which I hope are better than the ones I've had. She'll have time to worry about our problems later when she wakes up. For now, this will be another thing I don't want to take away from her. A moment of respite, no matter how fleeting. She deserves it after everything she has been put through, what I've put her through. In the meantime, I still have 2 other people I need to check with. Isabella will definitely get in a tizzy if I don't check on them. Cold, Luxborn air meets me upon stepping out the hallway. Yeah, he needs to make up with Rebecca because they had a nasty fight last time. Not unusual in itself. This is what Luxborn's weather is supposed to be. A bit cold, damp for the most part, and more often than not, terribly drab with an occasional sprinkling of rain every few hours. The sky's still clear, but I'll give it a day or 2 before the weather takes a turn for the worse. I've complained about the awful rains for years, despite having lived here my entire life. It's interesting, he says he's lived here his entire life, but he doesn't have a British accent. Oops.
Maybe his parents don't have a British accent.
I was just trying to see if it said how long he lived in America before he moved here, but it doesn't say that, so... I guess if his parents, if he was around his parents long enough and they didn't speak with the accent, then maybe that's why he didn't pick it up. That's still surprising, though.
Or maybe it's just the voice actor.
Yeah, maybe they decided they were like, we'll just have him sound American. It's fine. I have to admit, though, seeing it return to the usual feels extremely reassuring. At least something's still normal in this world, when I can no longer think the same for the situation we're in. A nightmare. That's probably all this is. Usually I'll say, I've been through worse, but that's simply another lie I've often told myself, isn't it? And I fed myself a great deal of lies through the years, just so I won't have to think about it the next day. Maybe we won't even have this problem. If I haven't been running away and ignoring things, hiding them someplace no one will see, because I've since believed doing so is a show of weakness.
The fuck do I know about ghosts, though?
What does Zack? What does Rebecca? Z-Man has mentioned dreaming about a woman. Whether it's the same one we've been seeing, I've yet to ask. Bottom line, he likely knows as much about this as I do. Hell, Rebecca's probably in the same boat, grasping for anything that might provide an answer, a way out of this. What can any of us do when all of us lacks any understanding of what's happening? Well, Rebecca was doing research, so I think she knows the most out of all of us. One thing's clear about this, however. That thing is after us because of the letter. Both Rebecca and Zack have seen it too, she will go after them as well.
Still worried about Marianne because we don't know where she is.
Yeah. Poor Marianne. I mean, we saw she was locked up in that cell, but we haven't seen or heard anything else since then.
Mm-hmm.
Yet here I am, walking up Becca's door, one slow step at a time. A stalling tactic to allow myself some time to put the mess in my head in a better order. How to phrase this when there's a 90% chance she's still pissed about a whole different matter? It's the only reason we didn't check on her last night, aside from the ungodly hour Isabella and I arrived. We'll only alarm her by showing up in her home in the middle of the night, acting like babbling lunatics, and her anger can last quite a while. Rebecca and Marianne are the MVPs. Yeah, they really are. These days, it seems the only one she can easily forgive is Isabella, but even with her, Becca's fuming still takes hours. I run my hand through my hair and straighten out my jacket before knocking. Once, twice, and 3 times, just to be sure she has heard me, even if she is asleep. She's usually awake by now, though.
Hey, Becca, it's Ash. Open up. Don't tell me you're still in bed.
I hope she's okay. Seconds tick by. No answer from her, and dread has started to creep up. I've been trained to handle dire situations, but the feeling has been doing that quite frequently. But the feeling... It's a weird sentence. But the feeling has been doing that quite frequently since last night. My mind begins to anticipate the worst, and in the next minute, concern has mixed in with my thoughts, and I bang my fist on the door, louder this time. She'll definitely be livid, but I'd rather face her wrath than a dead body.
Becca, it's Ash. There's something we need to talk about right away. Open up. I know you're...
You can't say you know she's there. She's probably not there.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend left early this morning, pretty boy.
Oh.
So if you could do us a bloody favor and shut up, that'd be real fucking polite.
Wow. Rude.
Right? And I think that's the same voice actor for Luke. He's just not doing his accent.
Mm-hmm.
My hand pauses short of landing another heavy knock. From the other unit, Rebecca's other neighbor peeks in through his door. You mean peeks out, but okay. Though I see nothing but a bundle of blankets. I'll say they need help from being devoured by their sheets, but it sounds like he's just fine. He's a huge a-hole, too. Course of action, so people like him won't ruin your day. Act like the nicest person on the planet. Has done me wonders when I was a rookie patrolling the streets. No need to match his temper.
Oh, did she say where she was going?
I don't know. She said something about meeting someone or something, in case Filipina girl over there asks.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, what am I, her keeper? You know some people want to sleep in on a bloody Sunday, so keep it down. Just looking forward to this weekend. Thanks, you damn git.
Okay.
You're
Well, there's
shouting
no need to be
more
an ass
than
about
he
it.
did.
I'll get out of here.
A-hole.
He slams his door shut without warning, but not before muttering a string of very colorful words about me. Probably thinks I won't hear him inside the 4 walls of his apartment.
Jerk.
And at the end of it, a sigh. So Rebecca's not here. I must have missed her by an hour or so. But at least she's not alone. She should be safe, in theory. You don't know that she's not alone. She could be anywhere.
She could be dead.
Yep. Just frickin' call her, dude. More so, if the person she's meeting with is who I'm thinking. Oh, so this is when she met with Professor Andrew before she went to the
Mm-hmm.
library.
Yeah.
Which we know she got attacked by the ghost there.
Yep.
Nevertheless, I still can't help but worry. It's an easy thing, continuing down increasingly dark lines of thought. To act brashly, to find out where she is and go straight there, without deliberating on my actions first. There's Zack to boot. Rebecca's not alone, but I can't say the same for the big guy. A simple phone call to the both of them should do the trick. Yes. It'll ease my nerves at any rate. I don't know if you guys can hear Kiki, but she's barking.
Yeah, I hear her a bit.
Kiki!
Just a...
It's almost like she responded. She did like a little yip. It's better than rushing over to Zack's place or assuming Rebecca's whereabouts and finding out they're not where I've guessed they should be. I mean, that's the point of a phone.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming the worst will come next, which I'd rather avoid this early. Any other reason, I wouldn't bother them, but an emergency begs for urgency. This is one, right? Even if it isn't, anxiety from concern dulls judgment, something I most certainly can't afford to lose at any given time, especially right now. Any means to calm it will do wonders for the muddled... Oh my god, Kiki! Alright, any means to calm it will do wonders for the muddled mess my mind is already in. Pulling up my phone, I thumb through the screen until it ends up on a group with only Zack's, Rebecca's, and Isabella's numbers listed. Other people will probably say I keep too few friends when they chance on this. To some extent, it's true. I wonder who Abigail is.
Same.
I can easily name about 100 people I've been acquainted with through the years. Colleagues, blockmates from uni, neighbors, those sort of people. They all come and go. But these three have chosen to stay for some reason, without wanting or asking for anything. Unlike the others, none has Zack's kindness, Rebecca's patience, nor the sincerity in Isabella's eyes. Oh, she's only briefly mentioned appears, but I think she's a co-worker, potential supervisor, if you recall correctly. Definitely someone from work. Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Me neither.
One day these guys are just there. The next thing I know, being with them eases it. That heavy, somber feeling lingering in the air when you stand alone in your apartment, or something as simple as spending your day off without anyone. I'll say it's loneliness, but this carries much more depth than that. If I can help it, I don't want to lose any of them to some stupid curse. Oh, not even Professor Clark is part of his close friends.
Oh,
Well, I guess it's awkward to put... You can't put your father figure under close friend. I mean, I guess he
yeah.
could, but still.
Maybe family.
Yeah. A phone call may be the least comforting thing at the moment. Honestly, I prefer being in the same room with them right now, but I'll take what I can get. Becca first. She'll get angry at me for worrying about her. She isn't some helpless damsel in distress after all. If you only knew. Dude, she hit the ghost compared to you. She kicked ass. She isn't the shy little girl I knew when we were children. We're already far from the people we were back then. But that's more than enough reason to check in on her. I don't have to imagine her taking anything head on. She'll do it, instead of asking for help when she needs it. I don't care if she gets mad at me, if only to know that she's fine. A ring. In the silence of the hallway, its sound alone might as well be sharp enough to pierce through my ears. Another second passes. 2. 3. But when on the 9th ring it goes straight to her voicemail, a cold feeling instantly lodges in my stomach.
Wait,
Rebecca Gales here. You've reached my voicemail. Sorry if I can't get to you right now.
What was that sign?
didn't we have a choice with Rebecca that basically was Ash calling or something?
I don't remember. Probably. It would make sense. At least she wasn't a fight, Ash. Bro was too busy duking it out with the elevator. Very true.
Oh, and if this is Isabella, yes, you're free to reheat the food in my fridge. Otherwise, leave a message.
Probably just busy, that's all. Though I still barely manage to keep my voice even when I speak.
Hey, Becca, call me back when you're free. We need to talk. ASAP.
Becca will be alright. Is alright. She's safe. She's with someone else. No, she's alone, but she's okay because we survived. Woo!
Yeah.
Because I remember one of the choice was like run for the exit or go up to the roof. So I think she would have died if she had gone up to the roof.
Mm-hmm.
In the event that woman shows up, she'll have someone with her. Someone she'll be able to ask for help. She's safe. She can handle herself. Becca might have a fiery temper, but she knows when she's faced with something she can't handle herself. Rebecca will see my missed call, and she'll call me back. Though I don't express it enough, Rebecca is someone I consider important to me. Oh, he thinks that she's still with Andrew. That makes sense. Aww.
My god, this is so cute.
They look so... I mean, yeah. She looks really different.
Mm-hmm.
The glasses.
Yeah.
Oh. She's been my friend for the longest. Anybody else would have been fed up with me and left. The girl stuck by me, no matter how big of a jerk I've been. There's Zach and Isabella now, too, of course. I'll always be thankful for having them around. The worst times before, however, Becca was there. No one believes it when I say it, but I've surely had my awful moments as a bratty kid and as a horrible teen. Issues. I have too many of them to count, and refuse to deal with for a time. At least that's what Andrew likes to tell me. I tend to think nothing of it. It has mellowed down over the years thanks to the professor, mostly. But at times, I do wonder if it still burdens me the way it did all those years ago. After all, I was terrible, especially around the time of my parents' separation. Looking back at it now, I had no reason to direct all my frustration towards everyone else. While I wasn't a kid who lashed out at anyone, preferring to keep it to myself and turning those negative feelings into more productive things, I've grown distant from a lot of people because of it. From my old friends back in my old school, and the neighbors I've hung out with before moving. A habit I've likely brought with me into adulthood. I was just so angry with everyone and everything. All I kept thinking about was myself, wondering why me? In retrospect, I was a selfish little bastard who thought the world revolved around me. That I shouldn't have been going through it. I believed my behavior was entitled, that I had the right. Where was all this moxie when you were threatened by the ghost, bro? Right? I guess because it wasn't like... I think if it was a human or something normal, maybe he would have been okay. But because it was something supernatural, it really just threw him completely. Tough times, but she stuck with me. Snapped me out of my little sulk, as she often phrases it, whenever she sees the chance to bring it up. She didn't tolerate my bullshit, but she didn't leave me alone either. If anything, the whole thing made her stick around. Her concern may have grown a bit overbearing as the years went by, but she's still an old friend, nevertheless. I owe her a lot. That won't change.
Damn it. Where are you, Becca?
I feel like all of this talking about him and Becca, I mean, if we wanted to pursue him and Becca romantically, this would be a good build up for it. But also it feels like this would be timed to like hurt us emotionally if we had let Rebecca die in her chapter. Because then this would be like right after, and then we'd be like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. These writers. Another message left on her voicemail. Then on my third call, I hang up. Ash is about to throw down a freestyle rap. Yeah. Well, we know he likes to rap already from his stupid stupid ringtone.
Ring phone?
Yep. For the time being, I can't do anything more than to wait for her to return my calls. Worrying aimlessly won't get me anywhere.
Or should I say ringtone? Sorry.
Zack, on the other hand, that guy attracts trouble no matter how much he tries to avoid it. Doesn't help how he hasn't been too hot lately with a lot of people.
Ringtone causes me psychic damage every time.
So then, I have no idea. I can't remember because it's been so long. But I'm wondering, like, this part, like, watch him probably reminisce about Zack, which means, like, if we call Zack and he doesn't answer, like, during Zack's chapter, if he had died, then this, yet again, would have been like, oh shoot, Zack is actually dead. I'm glad he didn't die. That would have been horrible. His mention of plans yesterday doesn't sit too well with me either. He might be the next responsible adult after Rebecca out of the four of us, but I've still got to check on the big guy. I still ship that too. Actually, I just ship all four of them. Make sure he's doing okay at the very least, whatever he has planned on doing. All I'm asking is for it not to be idiotic. He's a sensible guy, I'm sure. However, desperation clings and pushes people to do things, rational or irrational. It doesn't matter. Rebecca and Zack, I'm really disappointed that it isn't a possibility because they actually have really cute scenes together. Yeah, I wish they had given Zack more options than just Hana. Even though that's cute, I feel like he deserves to have more than one option.
Like Zack and Isabella, Zack and Ash, Zack and Rebecca, maybe Zack and Marianne, but then he didn't meet up with Marianne.
Yeah. I mean, out of everybody, Zack deserves to be shipped with almost everyone because he's so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone except Luke.
Yes. Luke can die.
Clear thinking flies out the window the moment you're in danger, and I sincerely hope he has not found himself in a tricky situation. Oh. Kiki's barking a lot. What's going on, Kiki?
Oh, I hope everything is okay.
It might be because of that neighbor who was mowing the lawn. I think she hears him and she's like, what's going on? You know?
Yeah, I get that.
His phone doesn't even ring before he answers, or his voicemail at least.
Hey, it's Zack. Well, a voicemail anyway. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So, just leave a message, yeah? And no, Ash, you're not allowed to lockpick your way into my apartment again. Just do what any other decent human being does and call if I'm not around. Thanks.
He got called out. No more breaking into his apartment.
That was funny.
Yeah. Did he turn it off? Why? I don't want to assume the worst yet. Maybe he has forgotten to charge it? Can't be. That guy can be a bit of a Boy Scout, even more than I am as a cop. He's the type who has an extra battery or a power bank in his bag if he ever needs it. And he always does. He won't say anything or brag about it, but he's got a quite big roster of VIP freelance clients. He won't just leave his phone dead in case he's on the field, particularly when people will likely be looking for him. He always leaves his connection open whenever clients or his friends need him. Zack is reliable like that.
Why isn't anyone answering?
Because they could be dead. His mobile in an out-of-range area sounds more plausible, although the thought of it doesn't completely shake off the unease. Oh, I think it's because he was at the mansion, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why it's not going through. Unlike Rebecca and I, he took the time to listen to what Isabella said. And even if he didn't believe it, he was definitely the first one to offer help or try to do something. If he ends up in trouble doing whatever it is, so help me, I'm going to... Well, I can't be rash. I'm aware of that. Been running the same reminder in my head since last night. But if something happens, I'm certain my reaction won't be pretty.
Yo, Zack, call me back, alright? I wanted to check in and, yeah, just please call me back.
It's usually a joke between us when I say he's the Watson to my Sherlock. Oh,
Yep.
I ship that too, so oh. I don't see him as some assistant to put aside until he's needed, like some people like to believe, though. He's not some pity friend I keep around to make myself look good.
If anything, he's the one who stayed by me out of pity.
Zack's the one who puts up with me most of the time, even when he doesn't need to. It's not a case of a cool cop who helped out a minority. In truth, I was a hard-headed, hot-tempered, and reckless rookie up until I met him. It wasn't anything sudden, and some part of me is still that rookie. But I've grown thanks to him. He tempers that part of me. Gosh, this all feels like fan fiction, like building ships.
Yes.
Considering how our first impressions went, I'm lucky he stuck around. Becca and I may have spent a lot of years together as children, but Zach, he's probably the closest thing I'll call to a best friend. Though it's more than that. A camaraderie no words can express. Yes, he's your partner! He has my back and I'll always have his. He's a brother I've never had the luck of ever having. Only child and all.
And I have every reason to worry about my brother.
Becca's neighbor did say she went out to meet with someone. No specific names. If I'm wrong and she's not with Professor Clark, then maybe it's with Zach. They've never been close, but it's not the kind of awkward friendship where meeting together remains out of the question. Yes, twin. Hopefully he'll bring his gun.
Yeah. Why am I imagining Ash having a baseball cap backwards when first meeting Zach?
Well, we've already seen instances where he tries to act cool, and Zach's like, no, please no. Stop calling me Z-Man, you know? Regardless, I continued dialing for his phone another 3 times like I've done with Becca's. In the end, after the 3rd attempt with no one answering, I stop and move to cut the call with a ragged exhale.
Waiting game it is then.
I've been trained for those. Hell, I'm used to them, just not when it comes to people I'm close to. Much as I keep reminding myself to maintain a level head, it's a whole different matter when it's someone you know. Personal feelings will likely get involved at some point. It's starting now, actually, with the anxious strings coiling and uncoiling, causing a racket inside my stomach. And that's exactly when the line finally connects. Oh! Before he even speaks, my question has already slipped out, including every pent-up worry and tension in my body.
Where are you?
Finally.
The line's choppy, though I can still make out the words he's saying. Nothing to worry about, then. He's just someplace where network coverage is shitty. Can't imagine where at this time of the morning, though. Did he go out for a jog?
What was that, Ash? Could you repeat that? Signal's shitty here.
I asked, where are you? Hell, Zach, I've been calling your number for a good 20 minutes now. What kind of shithole did you get into?
I've meant that to sound as friendly as possible, to keep things light at least. Instead, only the frustration shows in my tone.
Good morning to you, too. I should be asking you that question. I've been looking all over the mansion for you.
Oh boy.
Oh
I thought
boy.
you'd be...
What mansion?
Do I really need to answer that?
Why are you even...
Please don't tell me that's his plan. A morning visit to the mansion, where Luke Wright is? Of all the pig-headed things to do right now, it's the best thing he can come up with? Breaking and entering? I've got plenty of reasons to rail at him right now. Although, no matter how much I want to give him a piece of my mind, unfortunately, it's not the time.
No. No, wait. Just get your ass to Isabella's place, and hurry.
He pauses a moment, a second of indecision, while he seems to contemplate his options.
How urgent is this?
In truth, the question, the hesitance, and the indecision in his voice has caught me completely off guard, and understanding dawns on me. His decision to go there isn't one born out of stupid impulse. He must have found something. However, no matter how urgent it is, he still shouldn't have gone there, alone at that. Despite myself, in that split second of comprehension, I allow it to show. a weakness. A simple request brimming with every unease and disquiet, causing turmoil within me since last night. It bears a selfish hope that he'll understand, even through the unstable signal, that whatever's keeping him there, he'll be willing to set it aside for now.
Pressing enough for you to stop asking questions and get yourself here. Please, Zach.
Silence fills the other end of the line again. For a long moment I assume he won't heed it, and I'll have to drive there myself just to drag him away from whatever danger he's skirting. Thankfully, he agrees.
I'll be there in a few. An hour or two tops.
Thanks. I'll see you.
Relief washes over me as soon as the call ends. Okay, yeah, so we saw... Yeah, it's mentioning how Zach went to the Ermengarde mansion. He tried to warn Luke but was turned away. Then he got the call from Ash. Then we saw Rebecca survived the library. Okay. I think we're caught up now with where everybody was last left off.
Yeah.
Everyone except Marianne.
Yep.
So I'm thinking... Let me see. Yeah, I have a text here from my mom telling me she needs my help. So I'm thinking we're going to have to end the stream here.
Okay.
So we did do almost 2.5 hours. So that's pretty good. We got a lot accomplished. So thank you guys so very much for coming out and watching. And of course, thank you, Sign, for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
And oh my god, that whole thing with the ghost was horrifying. Coco, whenever you get a chance to watch the VOD or something, I just know you are going to be laughing at me when you hear my reaction to the ghost coming out of the TV screen.
And especially my salt pouring in Romania. Like,
Yeah. I mean, we have every reason to be salty over what happened earlier. Alright, well, this was fun. So, thank you guys again. Hope you have a great rest of your day/night, whatever time zone. So, until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.